The world we once knew has been lost to shadow. Was it sundered in fire and brimstone? Drowned in flood and rain? Was it tragic decadence? A great fall? Unspeakable corruption? Or did the awakening of magic destroy our world? No one knows for certain. Reach through the shadowy mists. Find a fragment of land infested with shadowy corruption, yet lit enough to find your way. Find a creature of light, a sylph. They are friendly and willing to guide you. Perhaps the two of you can find other survivors. Perhaps this land can serve as a shelter. Perhaps together you can build a sort of haven. Forge friendships to save the world.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Unleashed Games weekly playtest, where you join me, Irena, live as we play through our weekly build of Haven, Forge Friendships to Save the World. We are a pre-seed startup that came together with developers from games like World of Warcraft, EverQuest, and Kingdoms of Amalur, if you know what that game is. And like most recently, I worked on a little game called Monopoly Go. And we realized that there was a massive opportunity to make games for a certain category of players that really didn't exist until now. Because you see, for the very first time in human history, we have an entire generation of parents that grew up playing video games that now have kids. I'm one of them. And one of the things that I kind of am bummed out about is the fact that there aren't a ton of games that I like to play that are really age appropriate or appropriate at all for me to play with my kids. In fact, one of them up here, the glare is kind of killing it, is Diablo 3. I actually let my kids play it. My 8-year-old was about 6 when he first played Diablo 3, and I had to kind of explain to him about the graphics, but we really loved running through rifts and tearing stuff up. And those sorts of adventure games are few and far between, which is why our team got together to create Haven, the game that we're going to play later on today. It's a family-friendly, not quite massively multiplayer game. It's a multiplayer online role-playing game designed for you to be able to go on adventures with your friends and family. What we've done, we actually raised $1.3 million in 2023 to build the game that you're seeing now. And we took about 7 months to get this prototype stood up. And since then, since we ran out of money, by the way, that happened in 2024. And we've been trying to raise money ever since. But I don't know if you know this, but the game industry has kind of been going through kind of a tough spell in terms of funding what we call content projects. There's all sorts of money and investment for tools and back-end type of stuff. And if you're building an AI company, there's money there too. But if you're trying to build up a straight up game for, even wide audiences, you're hit with a bunch of skepticism and no money. And so a lot of us in this category have been looking to other means of raising funds to be able to develop. And in fact, we'll be doing one of those at some point in the near future. and Kickstarter is one of them. And actually, I want to note for the record that our guest Heather Serlin, who was on our stream about 3 weeks ago, and actually we just ran a rerun of that stream. I want to just give them a massive congratulations, because they actually had a successfully funded Kickstarter where they more than doubled their raise amount. They were going for $200,000 and they raised about $430,000. So any of you on this stream that helped support getting their game Hawthorne funded, and joining in with that Kickstarter, we did. Thank you. Thank you so much for backing them, and really putting our energy behind that project, because like we as a community are really the only way that projects are going to get funded today. And that's a little bit heartbreaking, because we used to live in a world where publishers would scout out games and then they'd give those teams a couple $1,000,000, and then that team would develop, and then they'd pair up and market that game to wider audiences, whether it was through advertisement or various marketing campaigns, to really, that's called there's a go-to-market plan, as we call it in the business, right? That's not even happening anymore. There's publishers are either geared towards, really, really tiny projects that are like under $1,000,000, because there are lots of like little indie publishers that help teams get their projects up on Steam. And then there are the big publishers like the Take-Two's, the 2K Games, EA, Activision Blizzard. There's a whole collection, Ubisoft. And the problem is that most of the projects kind of in the middle in this donut hole, where we're like we need a total of about $12 million to be able to get this game to market. And by the way, compared to the World of Warcraft budget of about 110 million in 7 years, like that's a drop in the bucket, legit, to be able to make a game that will make at minimum $100 million a year. Like we're pretty sure about this. But there's like nobody supporting this unique category. It's not a unique category. It's actually a majority category. We call this like the AA space. And there are a lot of projects out there that are just not getting funded. And it's heartbreaking. It's really, really heartbreaking. So I'm actually really excited to welcome our guest to the channel, because we're going to kind of talk about this and cover like, why is it that venture isn't funding games? Why is it that publishers aren't reaching into this incredible pool of talent, especially as they're getting, folks are getting laid off from their jobs? They're banding together into these strike teams and building great content, because you can build games so much faster and so much more efficiently these days than you could when we were first building World of Warcraft. That took a while. Amalur, though it will never see the light of day, rest in peace, Amalur. Moment of silence. Even though nobody will ever see that game, we spent $133 million over 7 years to make what we thought was an incredible world. And by the way, it was. So, I've got Andrew Pappas on the stream, and he has built his own marketing team, or his own marketing business, to help teams like mine get to market and figure out how to target themselves and how to let gamers learn about our projects. So I'm really excited to bring him on to kind of get his feedback on what it is that we've got going, how it is that we're approaching it, but also to get into the nitty gritty of like, why is the game industry in this position in the first place? So Andrew, welcome to our little stream. How are you?
I'm doing great, and really appreciate you having me on the show, and excited to talk about these things, because like you said, they're important and everything else. So pleasure to be here.
Well, first, thank you so much for joining us. And like I randomly throughout there, you had invited me to come onto your podcast, and I was like, "But can you come on mine too?"
Yes, yes.
And then I took forever to book myself onto your podcast, which you're booked out until I have to wait like a month and a half before I can be on your podcast. I'm really looking forward to that too.
Yeah, it will be a lot of fun.
Well, tell us about your business, please, and so that everybody watching today can kind of get a clue into you and how to find you.
Yeah, so I'm the founder of Rengen Marketing, where I'm a, game marketing strategist and consultant. And a lot of the stuff we focus on and help teams with is, building proper foundations, getting the right kind of insights, and leading with essentially an empathetic approach to kind of back this or to create a different mindset in terms of how you're marketing to people, how you're targeting, and all these other maybe buzzword terms that we use, but doing it in a much more almost like simpler manner. Doesn't make it easier, but simpler. So that's one of the key things that I help people with. In addition to that, as you said, I'm the host of the Indie Game Movement podcast, where we just interview studios, industry experts, and others about the marketing and business of indie games. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, what I do in a nutshell. And, for those of you interested in that podcast, you can find it on wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple and, Amazon. Essentially, just look it up, you'll find it. And, if you're ever looking to get other help, resources, you could follow me on LinkedIn. I think it's just Andrew Pappas Rengen, but the name should pop up. You should find me, or just rengenmarketing.com. But that's the key stuff in what I do.
Yeah, I actually added the link to chat for those of you who can get to chat to your LinkedIn and also your website so that they can find you. Because I'm really excited for the perspective that you bring. And so, like you'd mentioned understanding your market and understanding players. Tell me, like, what do you think is missing right now from the game industry that you think we could be doing better at?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I think is missing right now is not having enough empathy. And and that leads to understanding our audiences and players. And what I mean by that, just to paraphrase a little bit and give some context, it's not to say that we as developers or studios or anyone for that matter aren't necessarily don't care about our audience or our players. It's more of, we get caught in things. We get caught in our own systems. We get caught in, our own projects to the point where we're forgetting that, we're not putting ourselves into the player's shoes. And because of that, it potentially creates a lot of problems. And some of them that we're kind of seeing now in the industry right now. So meaning like if we're get so tunnel vision or focused on our projects, for example, and even if you don't to a degree, you're not necessarily seeing the bigger picture. And that can relate to everything from how you design a game to how players are experiencing it, what they're getting from it, all the way to, marketing, of course. How does that message land? Does it resonate with people? The one thing I see too is that we're really good, a lot of us out there, at exciting players, which is a good thing. But on top of that, the kind of the missing component that I see a lot, we're great at exciting players, but we have a difficult time understanding enough so what we're sharing with them excites and resonates with them. And it's that key factor where it could really help you stand out. And a lot of us aren't necessarily thinking these ways because whether we're too close or, like I said before, we just have the system that can't change or pivot, and that's where one of the problems starts to lie, and why we have a difficult time really understanding our audience.
I can't agree more. My bread and butter, my discipline in game development I was the first UI designer formally by title on on the WoW team, and I often was the first UI designer in any capacity on most of the game teams that I started on. I've been doing this a long time, about 25 years. And I always like to think of myself as a pioneer in games, but my message was always consistent, which is like, you have to think about the player. And I'm the representative of the player within that game team. So whenever I do push back on a design, I come from that perspective. I don't come from mine. And it's partially like a survival mechanism, also being the first woman on most teams, where like I would get completely dismissed or talked over. So the way that I dealt with that was like, okay, don't listen to me, but here's some data. And data is hard to argue with, right? But it actually was like the correct choice and the correct way to walk into any conversation. But UI UX to me is empathy turned into a science.
Absolutely.
And like UI is specifically like building out the interfaces, but you have to understand how much people can grok in any specific moment in order to make decisions over what's on the screen all at once. I've often said that like phone numbers were 7 digits for a reason. Later became, 10 digits, but they were 7 digits for a reason because the human brain can only hold about 7 pieces of information at once and really can only quickly access 3 primary. So you have that's your pool of data that you can throw at a player. And the games that fail are the ones that throw more than that at the player. But like just simply understanding that concept was really beyond a lot of game designers. And it kind of shocked me, the fact that there wasn't that clear understanding of like the basics of human cognition, because that's a core empathetic perspective, right? That really can help define and drive how you design products.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I love how you're like bringing this back to UI and UX. Honestly, there's some of my some of my favorite people, or I would say they are my most favorite people because of again a little bias here, but because how they see things from a marketing perspective, but yet completely different, right? Because like you said, you have to kind of put yourself in the player's shoes and convey these things. And yeah, I mean, what you say is just I can't really like we could expound so much more on that because it is essential to again think this way, have these mindsets and stuff. And again, just a lot of times we don't for a number of reasons.
Well, it's funny. I was telling you kind of before the show about my time on Monopoly Go, and like just a great example of complete disconnect from the player. So when I joined the team, I had looked at there was actually a vision deck, and it was and I had gotten a presentation from the GM of the team of what the kind of the vibe was of the game. And self-described, it was supposed to be a roller coaster of riches where gold was being thrown in your face.
Okay.
Gold everywhere, very Trumpian, right? Actually, my Halloween costume that year, it was like a remote year, our first remote year in 2020. So I actually was Donald Trump for Halloween. It was like the scariest thing I could come up with. Not to get political, but it's one of my favorite Halloween costumes ever. But a roller coaster of riches, and the music was like very in your face, and the sound effects like were equally so. And I started up a routine of weekly playtests like we do with Unleashed, to be able to, and like at the end of our playtest was a simple survey of, did you have fun? Yes or no? Just that simple question. And it was always no, like the no rates. And we used that as our primary litmus test to find out like if we were successful that week, and what, and then we would drive into the retro, figure out what to change. But when you asked what their target market was Jen from Jersey, who had 2 kids but lived in California. And that's it. That's all they knew.
Oh, okay.
And when I started, grokking Jen from Jersey, so does she like ostentatious, like overly like gold and bold things? Like they're thinking New Jersey housewives type of thing. But she lives in California, so she's a little bit more chill. So that's a little bit of a contradiction. There's no questions answered there. She has 2 kids. How old are they? What does she do with herself? Like, does she pick them up from school, or are they home with her? What sort of time does she have? Is she getting her gameplay in while she's on the toilet, while hiding from her kids, or doing it while waiting to, get them from ballet class? Like, there's so many variables there. If she's older, does she need glasses? What does that do to our font choices? And and what is she trying to do when she's playing the game? Is she looking to relax? Or is she looking to get gold thrown in her face and be winning, winning, winning all the time, like it's a slot machine? Because that was actually their model. They wanted to turn Monopoly into Coin Master. But the thing about Coin Master, and the reason why Coin Master won, was because it was gentle. Like, the winning was flow, and it was the animations were soft when they came at you. They weren't hard and crisp like they would be for, say, Diablo, but they were taking a more Diablo approach to the UX and to the vibe, and not getting the market response that they were looking for. So I completely rehashed everything. I asked all those questions. I even just sat the team down and asked them these contradiction questions, and they laid it out. And just the simple act of having a conversation over their target market, and then designing more personas. They designed Jen's mom, and then Jen's brother, and what are their motives? And they could be different. What's their lifestyle? And then how does it contradict? How does it intersect? And we use that to drive all of PvP. It totally changed the game for the game designers. We redesigned the UI to be softer and more like ASMR. All of it fundamentally shifted the team's perspective and the approach. And I feel like they did okay. But just the act of empathy completely, it pulled the rug out in the best of ways.
And I love that you called that out too, because that's one of the things I know a lot of people either come to me with or have expressed in one way, shape, or form is well, who is my audience? How do I target them, or how do I even understand them more? And what you just laid out is essentially one of the most basic and simple things you can do to better understand them. And honestly, in a way, it's almost like you can kind of role play with this, right? It sounded like you were doing with the team, which was, okay, well, who are they? And then start asking those questions. What else do they do? I mean, and if you want to put it very simply, whenever you're looking at your audience or creating a persona, and yes, that can sound a little bit, you know,
stodgy,
corporate-y, whatever. Yeah, so, all that stuff. Honestly, it's but when you're looking at people this way, first of all, look at it as this. I always say is, players are people. So that's a good step, right? Just think this is just some other person. What else about them? What about their makeup, which you called out, that, that could align with the type of experience we're creating. And then just doing that exercise, getting into that mindset of, and asking this core question, which I think is really important, and a question that could be used in lots of ways, but what else? And constantly thinking about what else is there. And as you said, through those exercises that you did with your team, really open things up. And it's amazing though, because just getting that different mindset and perspective, there's data and ways to get data to help support that, but just by starting that alone is going to put you into a much better mindset to better deliver on a product.
Indy says hi.
How's it going, Indy?
Good to see you, Indy. You are so right, and that's the way I feel. People think of UX and UX research as this onerous, expensive thing, and we don't have time for that. What you have time for 15-minute stand-ups every day. You have time for sitting around and listening to one guy talk for an hour and not letting anybody else get a word in edgewise. You definitely have time to just sit around a room and all answer questions about who is your primary player, and then who are they playing with, and who are they playing against, and what games do they play, what games do they love, what games really get them jazzed, which games do they hate. just these simple questions are, people spitballing, but I'll tell you, you'll get to like 90% accuracy with a spitball. You don't have to be a scientist or a researcher to at least get you in the ballpark of understanding who your market is. And then like the world is your oyster at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? It really does make a difference. And I just want to emphasize that a lot more, because sometimes I think some of us may think like, hey, look, this kind of lofty and everything else. But let's look at it this way. Sure, there's ways to further validate, get other insights and stuff to help support these, let's call them theories, right? But if the majority of us as creators are, making these games based off of passion and drive, or making the game that I always wanted to play, well, then just examine yourself and do that same process with yourself. What else do I like? What part? Because it's like, if there's so much passion and love that you're putting into these experiences, then there's pieces of you that more likely than not, like different interests, different behaviors, even, right? More likely than not, they're going to relate to others. And I think what often happens is we look at the game as like, we simplify it and distill it to a genre or a mechanic type. And then we just assume everybody else out there, that's our audience, people of this particular genre. But if we're so focused on creating an experience that we always wanted to play, then why not just take yourself and then use that? Because at least that's going to give you the ability to have what I like to call better alignment, where it's like, hey, I have this piece of me that's in this game because it focuses on like hiking or whatever the activity, the core mechanic is. And because that's you, sir, you're so passionate about it, there's a strong likelihood others, but instead of just focusing on the game, you're focusing on other things that are more likely to resonate with people. And then when you can talk about those things, you're going to do so in a more authentic and genuine way.
So true. And it's funny because when you build out a game or a game team, or when you start a project, and I've done this now a couple of times, you really think about like, what game do you want? Like, do I want to play? And we often band together because we're all in love with a particular genre, and we want to make the game for that, right? But the problem is that then we're a little bit too close to it, and we're going to make decisions about the game based on our advanced perspective of it. And that's because like we're like, there's one side of the brain that is first person, and that's not a very analytical side of the brain. You have to shift over into a third person perspective, give that persona a name of somebody else. And it doesn't have to be anybody real. It can, be somebody entirely different. But as long as it's an other, it actually literally uses a different hemisphere of your brain. And you're more analytical, you're more objective, and you can evaluate better and not get stuck in your own whirlpool.
Yeah. And that type of thinking you're talking about, like, we can relate that to things we were talking about before, but that's like essentially that part is more like the role playing side, right? If you're thinking about role playing as this player, or, thinking, those questions, what else are they interested in stuff? That's kind of like that part of the brain I would suspect that you're talking about. The other thing I think is important to call out is what you said is like, when you're too close to your project, there's a term for that. It's called the curse of knowledge. And basically it's when you have all the information, you have that context and understanding, the complete vision and where the project's going to be. And that in itself sometimes becomes a curse, because it can relate to everything that you do, whether you're talking about the game, taking screenshots or anything. You see like that big picture in that one shot. But sometimes that screenshot doesn't really communicate the experience or anything else, or it just doesn't really showcase or convey the information it needs to. But you already know that. So you'll take a quick screen grab and throw it up on your Steam page and think it's all good because it makes sense to you. But then someone coming in for the first time might be like, I have no idea what this is showing me. and that's just one of many examples of, this curse of knowledge that we face. And everybody at some point in time has this problem. And again, one of the best solutions is like, try to remove yourself, and it can be difficult, but like put yourself in someone else's shoes as if they were looking at this for the first time. And that's just one way to kind of help, eliminate that, potential of, confusing players, or not connecting with them, or whatever it is that you want them to do. Doing those things can help.
Can I show you what we've built for Haven as our persona suite? Like,
Sure.
it's a single slide in our deck. We're going to go over something else, but I wanted to show you this one. This is our latest pitch deck. I love this deck, but this is our core argument, is that games for families are MIA. But we want to reimagine family game night into something that is a collaborative experience. But let me fast forward here. This is it. Our target personas. And one of the things that I like to do in order to be able to get people to like grok personas very, very quickly is I take fictional characters that we all know and love and apply kind of behavior patterns to them. So, you've got your gamer parent. He's our primary audience because we want to appeal to the core gamer. But we also want to appeal secondarily to the busy parent, the one that doesn't have a lot of time. And this may be very sexist, but it's typically the woman who's always doing laundry, cooking dinner, cleaning up. And she doesn't have as much, she's more time poor than the time rich gamer parent, who often plays video games with his gaming buddy, but he wishes he could play with his daughter too. But he doesn't want to bring her into some of these more adult content style games. But like, he would love to, like, if Elden Ring were multiplayer, like, he would love to play that game with her. But there's nothing like that scratches that gamer itch that he can feel safe bringing his 12-year-old daughter into. What do you think?
I think it's great because what it's doing here is it's, telling a bit of a story. But within that story, and I think that story, can resonate to some degree, but also you're identifying a lot of other things too. You call out to time. You call out to, potential concerns about, like, the parent and if they could still play that game with their daughter. And a lot of these things, at least for me personally, I can relate with too. It's like, what are those experiences? I want to play more with my kids. There's even elements too where, like, there's not the same types of experiences that I can engage with them directly. So it's either me playing, watching, which for a younger kid that isn't fun. And then sometimes it's not fun when you're watching them trying to overcome obstacles. So if there's a way where that type of thing can happen more often and address all these different persona types. And here's the other thing too. It can have pretty much broad appeal too, because there's like a lot of like, factors that can kind of multiply these things as well. So I think overall, just at this, what you presented here at least at a high level, it's really interesting in terms of kind of the different stories that we can get from this. And we can start to visualize what these experiences look like and why they matter.
I love this. And thank you for that feedback. And BT Dubs, do you want to go and play the game? Uh-oh, did I kill you?
Oh, so
do
you
you want to
said
go and
BT
play?
Devs.
BT
oh yeah,
Dubs,
we
do you
can
want to
go
go and play
Sorry.
this game? Yeah, so why don't you share your screen? And we will be off to the races. I'm going to pull my screen share down. I'm so excited to get you to play and find out if you would actually play with your kids.
Okay, so I'm going to open this up now. And oh, don't want that option. Oh, there we go.
And you can skip the trailer.
Yeah, we saw. All right.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to Haven.
Logging in. Oh, look, I did play very briefly before this, so there's my character. Oh wait,
Spoiler.
yes, that's all right.
Let's jump in.
Okay, so now here, and I am a controller person, just FYI for anybody who gets frustrated with me.
Well, thank you for being willing to play our keyboard and mouse tab targeting game.
Yep, of course. I can do it. Just not the norm. All
We'll
right.
be patient.
Okay, so we need some wood.
We sure do. Don't we always?
Yes.
Need wood.
All right, so let's go here. Looks like I'm already equipped. Excellent. Looks like some brush, and we're chopping at it. We got some wood. All right.
You got to click on the actual wood icon to loot it.
Oh, we do. Okay. Thank you.
It doesn't auto loot, but
okay. Excellent.
it keeps you from stealing something or taking something that somebody else might want, because we can all share those harvest resources.
Well, that's not fun.
You want to be able to steal it? Okay.
No. Okay.
That's fair.
So here. Complete. All right. So did that. Choppy introduction. So we completed that. I guess now what? We got a path that's opening up here, so let's venture down here.
Let's see what trouble you can get into.
All right. Oh dear, that's a kraken root. Oh, my youngest would love that. Wait, what do I have? What's
you have all your abilities. You may die though.
That's all right. It's bound to happen. Oh.
Yep. There she is.
Yep. That.
Try again.
Quick. Try again. Oh, what is? Oh, a bucket. You know what? Let's use it. Let's gather. Target over.
Just avoid fighting anything.
Yeah. Let's just gather the whole session. Oh,
it'll be a pacifist stream.
There we go. All right. Let's see. What else do I got? You know what? Honestly, I never play these styles of games, so this is interesting. Not that I can't just. Oh, I see auto attack. Okay.
Yeah, you can mouse over and get tooltips of what all your abilities are.
I'm sorry, mouse over. Oh, I see.
So if you just hold it there, it'll tell you what everything is.
All right, I want to burn hammer this thing. Let's do it.
Yeah, you do. Let's go.
Yes. Oh, wait, where's...
Just beat it. Do, 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 do.
I'm like, this is why I'm really bad at, what is it? Wow, why can't I think of it? It's that From Software game that I regret ever
Elden
owning.
Ring?
Nope. That one.
Sekiro?
Why can't I think of it? No.
Dark Souls?
Yes. No, not Dark Souls. The other dark one. Why can't I think of it?
Oh, Death Stranding?
Nope.
No, damn it. I'm naming... Okay, somebody in chat, help us out.
It's the gothic one. Why can't I think of it right now? Because I'm doing too much.
Elden Ring is pretty gothic. But by the way, hi.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that
That's me.
That's what I thought. Hello. Wait, I don't know how to wave.
Bloodborne, Demon Souls.
Bloodborne.
Yes, Tozeb got it.
I've yet to beat the first level. I got to the boss, and that was it. I should have gotten Witcher 3. That's all I gotta say.
Oh. Have you seen any of the footage from Witcher 4, by the way?
No, I have not yet. So,
I keep seeing videos, and I don't know if I want to be spoiled for it or not. I'm so excited for it, though.
Yeah. Ooh, 2 out of 3.
Oh, needs more wood.
Yep. See, you were right. You can never have enough wood. All right. So
let's go chop down some trees.
Yeah. Oh, who's this joining us? Ooh, that was a cool move. I like that. All right. But I still have my, you know what? Let's burn hammer this too. Oh, I don't know if I can. Where did is this there it is. I want to axe this thing. All right, maybe it's too
You
much for
can't
me.
axe that one. You can
All
only
right.
axe it a question.
You know, that's what my wife would tell me too. If I was trying to cut down a tree in my yard, she'd be like, "Don't do that one," because the inevitable would probably happen, and I'd hurt someone.
Find one of the dead ones. There you go.
There you go. That's like low hanging fruit, so to speak. Wow, that was
low-hanging
very
wood.
rewarding. Yep. All right. Oh, we got to keep. Yeah, that's right. You do. I mean, you can't just grab it right away.
You can't
Oh,
just chop once.
I'm looting it. All right.
You did it. You did it.
You did too. Can we
I'm
high
helping.
five?
I want to,
Okay.
but we can cheer with really awkward sound effects.
That worked. That satisfied my need. So thank you.
It's a prototype, my friend. It's a prototype.
That's all right. We did it. I'm happy with that. So all right. Oh, wait, I just saw a thing. Okay, I'll accept. Complete. Excellent. I just saw this Adventureland. That is very tempting.
I'm following you.
Okay.
I'll go where you go.
All right. So we got this. Oh, build fire. Okay, that's shiny object. We're good.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Build the fire. Let's okay, this will be a challenge for me.
Down at the bottom of your screen is a hammer for the build menu.
So the
far
hammer?
right.
All right. It's just the sharing. Oh wait. I can hide it. Okay, great. Now I see it. Shroud of Flame.
Oh, no. Over in the buttons on the far right, those little circles, that's your menu.
Yep.
And find the hammer there.
Oh, I see. Build. And okay. Fire. Well, okay. Now okay. Where's a good spot? I know I'm being like too particular, but where's a good spot for this fire?
You got to do it around this is your beacon. So this is your plot of land. So our game is sectioned off into two key areas. One is your village, and everybody gets a plot of land in a village. And you can decorate the space. You can build whatever you want here. And then there's also shared village space where anybody in the village can build stuff.
Okay.
So now double click on the fire and give it some wood. So click on the wood in your backpack.
Oh, in my backpack. All right.
There you go.
Oh, I see. I got it.
There you go. Now hit add.
All right. Okay.
Oh, here, but would you like some help?
Sure. Look at this. Fire making at its best.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excellent.
Woohoo!
Oh, I didn't realize I could jump because I'm not used to the keyboard, but I'm going to be jumping a lot now.
All right. Good.
All
right, go turn in your quest.
All right. Quest complete. Do. Now what? Any more? Build a house. All right. I like this. All right.
You got it. Did you accept the quest?
Oh, sorry. I'm getting excited. I'm just getting ahead of myself.
I like this. Oh, you did. Oh, you did accept it. Okay.
Okay.
All good.
I didn't even realize it. All right.
You just click happy.
Wait,
all right.
It's kind of like the moonwalk, but not really. Anyways, all right. So let's build again, and we will go to the house, and it looks like we're in the green. I would consider that as a go.
All right. We're doing it.
So now what do we need for this? Probably lots of things, huh?
Well, don't get too excited. We kept it simple for the demo.
That's okay. I like simple too.
So go ahead and double click on it. All right. You need 3 wood. How much wood you got?
The exact amount.
Let's go. I'm helping.
I was like, no, don't stop the action. That looks fun.
We're all doing it together.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. I love it. How do I woo? I mean,
it's number 9. Number 9.
All right. There we go. All right.
I love this. We're getting a console gamer to play a WoW clone.
Yeah. Selected parts. Ooh. No, we don't want to destroy anything yet. I worked hard on that house.
Yes, you did. All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. Go turn in your quest, my friend.
All right. Ooh, I hear the firewood cracking. It's crackling.
That's one of our few sound effects in the game.
And it's a great one. All right. Quests. What is this? Defeat a shadow creature. All right. And then, Okay. We need 2 shadow creatures. Got it. Accept. Let's get my.
All right. Well, first, before we go off to adventure,
sure,
we need to buff up. So in
that's a good
position number
point.
6, you've got a buff, a warrior buff. I have a mage buff. So your warrior buff like doubles everybody's health and mana.
Yeah.
My mage buff doubles power. And then the healer buff, which our friend Rulama here, their buff, it like doubles the amount of healing you take on. So what we do, like since we're all 3 of us are together and we've all buffed each other up, we are now doubly more powerful because we're together.
I love it.
Yup.
There we go.
So never go at it alone, my friend. But now I think we're good. Let's go let's go adventure.
Yeah, let's go adventure. What? Shadow creatures, right?
Shadow creatures. Well, no, teleport Adventureland.
Oh, yes. So many amazing things here. Let's do this.
Uh-oh, you hit the quest button instead.
Oh, wait. Okay. I just defaulted to that.
It's a reflex.
Yeah. Wow. That looked like a new dial or like with all the letters over each other. All right. Let's see.
It's a new language. So this is Adventureland. So this is our second style of zone, and
just big trees. All right.
This is a dark forest.
Ooh.
We're following you, friend.
All right. Well, there's a lot of kraken roots around here. Release the kraken.
It's about on point.
Yeah. It was so weird when wow, I can't think of his name now, but you know the new Clash of the more recent Clash of the Titans.
Uh-huh.
Or why can't I think of his name? He's like in everything. He was a Jedi. He was a
Pedro Pascal.
No.
He's in everything.
Well, yeah, he has been. Oh my goodness. You're like, all right, Andrew, that thing's attacking you, and you're just like, whatever.
Oh, but I'm level 2. Oh, you're level 2 too.
All right, let's fire this. Oh, yeah, I did all the hard work right there.
Yeah, you finished him. Yeah, you sure did. Oh, and don't forget to gather out here because the
there's good stuff. Yeah, good call.
The resources you'll get.
You could see I play a lot of RPG games like this.
What kind of game do you normally play?
Oh man, well, like the one I like to identify myself as growing up were just like classic RPGs, so like Chrono Trigger. I really like, though haven't gotten anywhere near with it, is Dragon Quest 11. Man, classics. even Lufia too. I love that game so much.
So good.
Yeah, but these days, I mean, the only one I've been playing recently is Mario Paper, the Origami King.
Paper Mario is a good one, though.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Oh, those look creepy. What are these things? I'm intimidated.
They want to hurt you.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And I do like revisiting Final Fantasy. What is it? 12, even though, well, it's not 13. Let's just say that.
Final Fantasy 12 was really good, though.
You know, I didn't like it that much, the storyline, the first time, but then after a while, I got into it more. And all right, those wolves are so scary. Where's these shadow creatures? We'll find them. But then I left it and played it again. And what I realized, funny thing. So there's the gambit system, right? To kind of like give commands, automated commands while you go around.
I love it though. Oh, I've got aggro. Help. The wolf is trying to eat me. I need a warrior.
Oh, wait. Why did I stop moving? Oh, I'm hitting 2 instead of.
Help, no. Help. I'm being repressed.
And I am the worst person to help. Oh. There we go. Let's take this thing out. Fire you.
There you go.
All right. Wow.
We took the console gamer and put him on a PC game.
Yep.
What have we done?
My fingers are getting numb, but I'm okay.
You'll be all right. Well, we do technically have controller support. We want this game to be actually, we'd love it to be an early Switch 2 title.
Yeah, I was going to say after those Personas, I'm like, oh, this sounds like a good Switch good Switch game.
Yeah,
But
and like our visual fidelity isn't too high, and I think it would
mhm.
scream on a Switch too.
But hey, I'm all about opening up my horizons here with getting more more in on the keyboard, more reps in, I guess. Because it's a different it's not typing, right?
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, we don't have to type.
Yeah, that's
T-
good.
Tozub is asking any Earthbound fans around.
Oh, yeah, Earthbound. I played that maybe a couple years ago. I like to play that, or even though that's a small part of the game or section, I like to play that over the holidays when it's like cold and wintry here because I just love. What is it? Is it Winters? I love that level so much. But Earthbound's a lot of fun.
Just attack things.
All right, that's easy. No, get back here. I'm attacking you. All right. But yeah, what I was saying about what was it, Final Fantasy 12 is after I stopped playing that, played it again years later, and then I realized that because of my day job working at an agency and paid ads, it actually
Mm-hmm.
helped me play or use the Gambit system a lot more efficiently and better because it's basically if then this state like
Yeah, it's
formulas that you're
programming.
doing. Yeah, right. And then I'm like, wow, I actually do this in my day job and I could play the game better. Hey, get back here, guys. Oh, the moonwalk again. Oh, there we
Uh-oh.
go. Wait a minute. It'd be funny if I could like lure them away with. Nope, it won't let me. I was gonna how like that's a
I
bad
think
idea.
one of your Toza would know better. One of your abilities is a taunt, which will actually pull aggro to you.
Okay,
So
it's
that
fun.
was one of the things that I really loved about Final Fantasy 12 was it felt a lot like an MMO.
Yes, and that was a hard thing for me at first, but I got into it really quickly. I think it could have been like a gateway drug to World of Worldcraft, I think, but never happened because I saw some bad things happen to people that got too involved with that.
We called it World of Warcraft for a reason.
Yeah, yeah. But surprisingly, I knew someone who is I forgot she was extreme, like one of the top 50 players, I think,
Oh wow.
like rank, and she went to like to get her masters while still maintaining that status, which I thought was amazing.
Well done. Well done.
So
And by the way, Rulama in game with us is actually Tozeb, who
ah,
is he's one of our our earliest community members that has been like helping us. He comes and plays with us every single week. He's
I love
awesome,
it. Well,
and
thank
he
you.
loves Earthbound.
Well, thank you for being here with me today because I clearly need the help.
We got you, fam. We got
We
you.
got you. Oh, hey, buddy. And then my son Xander is right next to me. He just got home from school, last day of school, right, bud?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it's summer.
Yeah, he's going to want to play this later, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he will.
Yeah. So this is called Haven, and I'm trying to beat up these wolves. These other colleagues of mine are doing way better job at it. And we still haven't found any shadow creatures.
No, we have not. And we also have to find a glowing green tree. So if you
Glowing
see
green tree?
it,
Okay.
Is this playable?
This is, yes. Well, playable to a point, I guess. But yes, the
it's a
short answer is yes.
private alpha,
Yeah, it's private.
but he could play it because
Oh.
your dad has access to it.
Yeah. But you have to play with the key. But well, we'll talk specifics later, but we'll hook you up.
I don't know how to play on this stupid keyboard.
I know.
Like-
Don't worry. They have controller support.
Yeah, you guys could be our controller testers.
Okay.
No, I let my kids play it. Actually, I might put them on the stream next week because they won't be at school, so that they could join.
That will be fun.
But like when I get my kids on here, like they will play. We'll play for the stream, and then they'll just keep playing for like hours. They have so much fun.
Oh, nice. Wait, I can hack this thing. There we
Yeah.
go. No, I'm mining. Leave me alone. All right.
That wolf is not respecting your space.
No. Oh wow, they really did not like me mining. It's like this,
No, he was offended.
you know.
Pay
There we go.
attention to me. Pet me. Pet me.
Yeah. Oh, gotta zoom in. There we go.
Like a cat.
Yeah. What's going on with me? I'm not doing well.
You're farting. I mean,
Is that
sorry.
what that is?
You debuffed.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
Oh,
then
actually,
you
I'm
should
out of
take care
buffs.
that.
I need your buff, my friend. Well,
Here.
you'll give it to me in a minute. Go ahead, do your mining. Do your mining.
All right. Let's do some more mining. Hey, that's a nice
Your
interior
camera
right
got-
there.
Yeah,
No, I
you
know. I
can't
was
get in the house, but
you
it's
can
a
look
lovely
at it.
interior. Yeah. There's no camera collision right now. It's a prototype. What do you want?
It's okay. Ooh, another glowing tree. Wait, that was the tree. We're
That
just
is
at.
that glowing tree.
That was the tree.
It's the tree. Wait, no, go. Oh, you're gonna loot first. I'll allow it.
Okay. Why? All right.
Now, anything glowing in our world means that it's a teleport.
Oh.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Okay. Oh, that's the dog. I was like, what's crawling next to me?
I'm dancing. I'm dancing. Oh, he figured it out.
I like what's in my backpack right now. Let's maybe add some more. All right. What is that? I do not like that. That is very oh my goodness. As if those wolves weren't enough for me. Like,
nope. No, there's more.
there's more what? Wolves or that thing? Like werewolf like guy. Why are the shadow creatures like hiding in the shadow? Like
I think they're actually here in this zone, which is why I wanted us to come here.
Okay. Can we like I'm scared. Like I want to it'd be fun if I could sidestep, but I can't. It's okay. I'm asking a lot.
Well,
here.
you can use WASD. So so A and D does a sidestep, and then Q and E rotates the camera.
All right, here we go. I forgot.
My camera is like vertically pegged for some reason.
Uh-oh. I can't. I don't know if I can help you with that. That'd be fun if I could, like, in game fix your camera. Not
No,
really.
I think my camera's bugged out. But this is the boss. Who's the boss? It's not Angela. It's Cobblemot.
Cobblemot. Oh, it's his lair, or her lair, or
its lair. You know,
its lair.
Their lair.
Oh my goodness!
I
keep going forward.
Oh,
what's the buff again? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
come back here.
It's attacking me.
I don't know why I decided to be this warrior.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I believe in you.
Okay. Let's do
All right.
it.
So you want to hit 2 to taunt it, to keep it on you so that it doesn't try to eat me or Toza.
Uh-oh. That's not the menu I wanted. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, I remember. These are so many like concepts and strategies here that I'm slowly remembering.
You're learning. We'll give you a pass.
But yes, hey, I did taunt it. It's coming at me still. You hit from afar and keep healing me. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's right.
I'll keep trying to freeze it.
Yeah, come on. I want to smack you in a minute. There we go.
This is going great so far. I believe in us.
I believe in me too, to an extent. Oh no. Oh, who's stunned? I'm not stunned. I'm still moving.
You're stunning.
Oh, now I'm doing the moonwalk again in battle. Which here, this looks like fun. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh god, I only have 8 mana left. Oh, that's why I need buffs. I'm all out of buffs. I'm gonna have to hit it with my wand. My tiny little stick. We'll be fine.
Ability on cooldown. No.
Rulama.
No more
Has-
cooldown. I don't want the cool. I just want to hit. Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
Rulama. Tozip. Oh, Tozip is dead. Shit.
Uh-oh.
We're screwed.
Oh,
We're
no.
screwed.
There's
This isn't gonna go well.
it's like a third life left.
I ran up to the fire so that I could get more mana.
Okay. That's... No. God, I don't know.
Let's go. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna do it. No.
Oh, I died.
Oh, you're dead, Jim.
You're our only hope.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm dead too.
Oh, that was such a dramatic death.
Oh goodness. Well, and we haven't created a resurrect spell yet. So, well, I think we're gonna need more gear, the better gear, to be able to take on this fight, and probably being buffed and stuff. But go ahead and
buffing gear.
Oops.
Oh, our cozy house we built.
Let's go back home.
All right. So to get gear, do we like make it or?
Yep.
All right.
But you're gonna have to build a workbench.
Okay. So let's see if we got a snowman.
Yep. Do you want to build a
snowman?
Exactly. Yay. See? Family friendly.
Yes. I love it.
You can make a Disney reference without getting sued.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yes. Yeah. Just do you reserve trademark? Do you want to build a snow?
In no way related to anything about Elsa.
Oh, I need wood, huh?
Are you all out?
I think so, because it says 1 and
I
I
have
don't
some
see
wood.
any.
Do you want me to? I can.
Yeah, go ahead. You could.
Let's do this. I got you.
All right.
Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah. Let's
Double click on it. Help me. Oh, never mind. We got there.
Okay. Oh, I can help when you're okay. I just teamwork makes the dream work. You said it before. I forgot.
Absolutely. We designed this game to be 100% collaborative.
All right. Okay.
We need more
Lots
of
of
this
stuff.
world.
Bone needle. Silver bar. Wow, these are all the things that we need, right?
Those are all the things that you can craft.
Oh no, we can get, but
Oh, you craft a silver bar. Yeah.
a silver bar. Oh, right here?
Yeah. So the white ones are the ones that you can craft. So
I
select
gotcha.
it.
Okay.
And then down at the bottom, boom.
All right. So who gets that?
You do. It's now the silver bar is in your inventory, but in order to make the silver boots,
yeah,
you need more silver bars and you need fur scraps.
Ah, okay, I see. But I don't have anything else to make more silver bars. I get it.
You don't have any more silver ore, do you?
No. Do we have to mine?
Yeah. So you can see there's more that you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're out of time for the stream. We're a little over time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, nothing's stopping you from continuing to play. But you have to give us your feedback. What do you think of the game so far?
I like it. Like, it's different for me because, as I said, I typically don't play these games and everything. But I mean, right now in its current state, like, there's plenty to do. Like, we could go off on those quests and everything else. It's like there's lots. It looks like there's lots to explore, and I think with me, what I would probably do is like, just diving right in, trying to figure this out on the fly, so to speak. But but when I'm looking at everything else, what I have access to and everything else, and just like it's well like structured and thought out, and I think it's pretty intuitive. I mean, it doesn't look like anything. It's familiar, which I'm saying is a good thing, right? And it like, yeah, no, I'm having fun. I think I'd have more if I just like played a little bit more and got into it some more. So I could see that happening. And as far as my kids, I think this may be a really good introduction to these types of games. I mean, they are both my oldest and middle uh kids are they love Minecraft, right? So I think some of those they can make some, references to how that game functions and everything where this would be pretty
Mhm.
accessible for them. And even if like, there's enough visual cues and everything that can, I think, guide them like, oh, this is going to be armor possibly, or at least this will be armor. But they'll figure it out pretty quickly. So yeah, I think this could be pretty cool, that they would be in line with, and something that I would probably have fun with, because it seems like it's a lot more accessible than maybe I might imagine like World of Warcraft might be.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need to dive in too, which I think doing this was a lot of fun for me, and something I could really get a little more involved with, and everything, and learn this type of game a little bit more. So yeah, I dig it.
I love that. And yeah, like one of the things that we kind of struggle with is, how over the top or what your art style, like where do you go?
Mm.
And we landed at this kind of cartoony, cell shaded, but like not quite like animated, but not quite like low res, somewhere in between. Because I feel like anything is an upgrade from Roblox and Minecraft,
Oh
which
yeah.
is where most kids are growing up. And this thing can run on a toaster. And in fact, it's playable on
Mm.
phones.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
So
I
you could
mean,
just like, I could literally jump in with another account and be playing, dual boxing with my phone. And I'm playing on a Mac right now. So it's 100% cross platform and cross play.
yeah, I like that too, because again, that's another factor that sometimes we don't always think about is accessibility and whatnot, as it means for like, broadening your audience, not necessarily like, specific controller types and things, but, making it accessible for lots of people. And in this case, based off of, what you shared earlier with your personas, that's important, like with certain devices that they may have and would like to play
Hmm.
on, whether it's a tablet or because lots of kids have tablets these days, or even, computers, Chromebooks, things along that line. So,
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of my dream scenarios to test this game in, and we're actually working on making this happen. But I want to get this game into a children's hospital
oh,
and
okay.
distribute iPads to a bunch of kids and let them all play and get to know one another in like a virtual space, but they all like play with each other locally.
Yeah, I knew what you're talking about before you even like said that, like have other, like that's so cool. Like just that idea of it, and taking them out of whatever, frame of mind that they're in because they're in the hospital or something, and put them
Hmm.
in this, like, yeah, I love that. I absolutely love it.
And you could like you're bored out of your mind when you're in the hospital, especially like
Yeah.
if you're over 6 plus, and if you
Oh yeah.
play like you're gonna be watching so much Netflix, or like you can only take so much uh, of watching television, or even playing the same games over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Um, it's the social piece of this that I think makes it different. And
Oh
it's not
yeah.
the social like in Roblox where, you're just sitting there and trading for the best seeds.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So,
I mean, though,
uh,
I can't wait to get farming in this game, not gonna lie.
oh yeah. No, that'll be big step there. Like,
Oh, quick spoiler alert. If you head straight ahead, see those glowing things?
which
Again, those
ones?
are also teleports.
Oh, this red one?
Yeah, those are like that's our secret area of additional teleports to different zones that
Oh
we've
my,
designed. You can go and check that one out if you want.
because I was like, that looks like a cactus in the middle of this dark forest.
It's a flaming cactus. Yeah, that's kind of a debug area because there's
Oh, what
other
is
areas you
that?
can go to.
Oh, this gave me some what is it? Dalmasca Ester Sand vibes for a second.
I love this.
Another Final Fantasy 12 reference.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
But again, it's an open world.
Yeah, no, this is cool. I that's the thing I love about these types of games, just the exploration component of it, and having that freedom to do that. Again, why no one or not many people. I did enjoy Final Fantasy 13, but the linear aspect of it for a majority of the game was just not what people wanted.
It's okay. It's okay.
But
I
it was
don't know where
nice
you're
though.
going though.
I don't know either. I'm just
You're gonna
what,
get yourself stuck.
okay.
But
We'll be
okay.
careful.
If you fall through the world, I'll tell you how to get yourself out of it.
All right. But no, this is great. No, I'm digging a lot more. And oh wow. I just noticed the what's it called? The map, the mini map in the right-hand corner. I don't know why I didn't look at that before.
You know what? We learn as we go. And you
Yeah.
can chop down some cactuses.
Oh man, there's a lot of spiders. Good thing they don't really phase me out. My neighbor,
Some
on the
people are
other
like,
hand,
why did you have to do spiders?
yeah, my neighbor is deathly afraid of them. Sometimes my kids prank him.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's all right. He's a good sport about it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You keep
Well, yeah, no, this is great. I'd totally play some more and everything, and I know that we're coming on time here, but man, this is a lot of fun. I really appreciate the I don't know how to stop sharing. I really appreciate.
I'll pull. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, now it's back to the interview mode.
All right. No, definitely appreciate this. I'm like, just, I like I said, it was kind of flying blind here and in terms of just what I was getting into, and I just made sure I got into the game for a moment only because the whole controls, I'm like, I just got to make sure I get that down real quick to make it. But no, this is a lot of fun, from the discussion all the way to playing this, and appreciate you joining me, because I definitely needed the help, but I could
Yes.
see myself getting into it too. And I know later my son is going to ask me, like, what was that? Can I start playing now? And everything else. So it will be a good fun time to get him involved in something new and different, because he's always looking for something new and different. So
That's what I live for, is hearing, like, when a kid sees it, they're like, wait, what was that? Wait, can I play? Like,
yeah.
that. If I can get their attention, I know I've done something good.
Yeah, and at least with this one, I know at the progression and state it's in, it's going to keep going and growing, because I've worked with some clients before where I was playing the games and they were prototyping at that point, and then my daughter's like, hey, can we play that game again? I'm like, yeah, I don't know if we can actually now, because I don't know if I still have the same original like build file and everything else like that. And she kept asking me for a while until eventually she gave up, and I felt bad. So, but at least this one is I'm sure they could get into, and I'll have to show her as well, because I think she'll dig it as well too.
Absolutely. So this game, this build will be good for this week, but we actually have some changes coming for next week, where we're getting music into the game.
Oh, okay, great.
I am, spoiler alert, I'm so stoked. I cannot wait. But thank you so much, Andrew, for joining us, and for your perspective, and for the conversation. Like, it's so good to talk to somebody that gets it.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like I'm grateful for this opportunity and stuff. This is something very different for me, and I welcomed it with open arms, because I'm like, this is just going to be a lot of fun, and it definitely was. So can't thank you enough for this. It was great.
And I can't wait to be on your podcast, and we'll see what trouble we can get into there.
Yeah, definitely. It will be a fun conversation. That's for sure.
That's for sure. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this week. And we are here every single Friday, same bat time, same bat channels, whichever one you choose. And in the meantime, have an awesome weekend, and we'll catch you next Friday. Bye.
Hit that button and buy a t-shirt with a dragon on it, and that will help us keep making some awesome games. Looks like this. I've already seen a Unleashed t-shirt out in the wild that I wasn't wearing, and I'm super excited about seeing more of them. So yeah, buy a t-shirt.